What's up? What's up? What's up, my Yu-Gi-Oh family? It's your boy Roberto in the Yu-Gi-Oh Sports Center back with another deck profile. Guys know I'm trying to find the deck that's gonna wield me to top 10 ranked on DB. And this is another deck that I've been playing a lot. I really like this deck. You guys know I'm not one of those guys that like playing the best deck of the format. I usually try to play something a little different but competitive in the same sense. So today I have my Invoke Dogmatika shaddoll deck. It's a little different. I like to change my deck up a little bit to make it a little different and interesting. So without further ado, let's jump into it, guys. Start things off. Three Alistair. You know, that's self-explanatory. You have to have three Alistair, two Invocation, and three Meltdown. That is my Invoke engine for the main deck. Like I said, it's self-explanatory. You love seeing Alistair turn one. It's just like I love seeing it. It's my bread and butter, and you have three meltdown to get to it. You never want to play more than two invocations. Some people are playing one invocation. I just don't like the odds of something happening in my invocation where I lose it, maybe a cosmic cyclone or anything. So I feel safe with two. Um, Two super poly. Super poly does come up a lot. Some people just don't play it, but I like being able to remove monsters off my opponent board too, because super poly can also be used as a board breaker depending on how it's used, whether it's with Alistair or something else. But super poly is a very powerful card, especially in the cash matchup. We played three virtuous dogmaticas. That is standard. I don't see any reason to play less. This is, it's giving you an extra card in your hand. Anytime this plus, like Alistair, any card that pluses and gives you a card and replace of it, you gotta love it. Alistair, Meltdown, um, Virtuous. Then I have one Maximus. Don't need to play any more than one. I only like Maximus really going first. I hate when I'm going second because I feel like it's just dead. I never really get it off, and it really defeats the purpose of. I don't know. Killing two cards out your opponent's extra deck is good. Sometimes it hurts you depending on the deck you're playing against, but it's really just a quick way to win. I don't really see no reason to play any more than one. I played two Knights. Now I bounce back and forth between one and two, but right now I'm stuck on two. Uh, the second one has came up quite a few times. That's probably why I'm sticking to playing two of them. But I can easily, switch it to one. I do side out one a lot. Um, but overall, I'm comfortable with two right now. We're gonna see how two keeps working out for me, but it's been working out pretty good, so I can't complain. Three Servant. You just have to play three. I don't see why, unless it was back at two or something. There's no reason not to play three of them. Two Ash Blossoms. Ash Blossom's okay, but you need some kind of hand trap in the deck. You don't want to just be playing a deck and have no cards to go second. And the deck doesn't have that many going second cards that are meant to break boards besides, Super Poly, Ash, and the Dark Ruler play. So two Ash Blossoms, three Shaddoll Fusion. This card is insane. When it goes through, it's like almost a guaranteed win. I love getting Shaddoll Fusion off. Um, Helps break boards. It does so much with when they have a extra deck monster on board. Like this card wreaks havoc, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I'm just in love with this deck right now. I ranked up a lot playing this deck. El Shaddai Fusion. You can play this at two, but I prefer it at three because I play a heavier count of Shaddai monsters. So a lot of times I do get it off. I and it's a quick play. I really like El Shaddai Fusion. At first, I didn't care for it, but then it's won me so many matches to the point where I just feel it's necessary. And the fact that it's a quick play makes it even better because sometimes you don't want to overextend on your turn and you want to hold back. So holding El Shaddai Fusion, setting it down, and using it on your opponent's turn can be insane, guys. I'm telling you, I really work miracles with this deck. For my Shaddoll lineups, my monsters, I have one Wendy. Never need any more than one. One is perfect. One Ariel. Now this card I've been tempting to take out because I haven't really used it. Banishing three cards from your opponent's graveyard is good, but I just haven't really played a deck or been in a situation where the banish really came up. So I don't really care for it. So if it was one shaddoll, I'm definitely gonna cut or replace for another shaddoll. It will be Ariel. One Falco. I like Falco. It's pretty solid. I think it deserves to be in the lineup. If you're going to play more than 4 shadolls, it definitely should be in there. One Dragon. You just have to play Dragon. Like I said, Dragon helps you break boards too. You know, popping that spell or trap on the field can help so much, especially if your opponent's like playing like a skill drain type deck or whatever. This helps you in so many ways. I was thinking about playing 2 at one point because there's been so many times I played decks and I just wish I had that second one to just get rid of a back row or something like that. Because there can only be one hurts this deck a lot because there's so many spellcasters in it. So yeah. Skamata, I played 1. I was playing 2. I was actually playing a higher count of shadolls. I was playing 8 at one point. Or might have been 9. I can't remember. But I just cut Skamata down to 1. I was playing 2, as I said before. I'm thinking about bumping it back up to 2. I really, really like this card. It just does so much for you when you get the effect. It's like it's a non-stop trend, and I love that about this deck. That's what I love about this card. Graveyard decks sometimes can get punished hard, especially against the cash tier matchup, but I've actually been doing pretty good against the cash tier matchup. So, yeah. Beast, you have to play Beast. I love getting the draw. One thing, I just love drawing. Everybody should love drawing. Of course, it's not too often where I get the effect where I set Beast and I get to flip it, but you know, when you do get that draw 2, discard 1, especially when it's a dog card you're discarding, the deck can really, really pop off and it can do a lot. And that's one thing I like about this deck. When it pops off, it pops off. And you just have to play it right. You really do. One Hedgehog. I actually played 2 Hedgehog at one point. I just took it down to 1. Hedgehog is very strong, very powerful. I love this card so much. I think this is one of the heart and souls of the deck is having Hedgehog. Lets you get to your shaddoll cards. Shaddoll monsters very quickly. You set it, you can get the spell or trap. Hedgehog is one of the cards. If you're going to play 2 shadolls, that's definitely one of the ones you want to play 2 of. Now, this is probably catching people off guard. I play Blackluster Soldier. Yes, Blackluster Soldier. So sometimes this deck have issues outing certain cards or, just doing certain things. That sometimes it struggles with really big monsters. And how can I say, sometimes you just struggle when you don't have the cards you need. You have a graveyard, but you just don't have anything else going for you, or your extra deck is just not, you just don't have nothing to out certain cards. I just feel like Blackluster Soldier catches people off guard, and the fact that it can attack twice and destroy the card is amazing, and it has the target banish effect. I haven't drawn it that many times, but the few times that I actually brought it out and drew it worked miracles. I loved it, and it's so easy to bring out, especially with cards like Shaddoll Fusion. You can send a light, stuff of that sort. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Terraforming, of course, for the meltdown. One Foolish. I'm playing Shaddoll, so why not have a Foolish? Triggers off all your Shaddoll's cards. Call by the Graves in case somebody's trying to ask. You don't draw it that much, but hey, it's there. As you guys can see, I have my favorite in here again, Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice helps me recycle these Shaddoll cards and keeps the deck flowing, because sometimes you just run out of juice when you're in those grind games and you kind of just searching like, dang, what else can I do? Use all my Shaddoll cards. I went through all my Invoke cards, and we get in a spot where you don't know. And Pot of Avarice will help you refresh that deck, draw 2, and get you back going again. Dark Ruler, only play 1. You don't want to play too many, just in case you're going second. Sometimes people make insane boards. So I don't want to play too many and draw too many, or it's cloggy if I break with it going first. So, I narrowed it down to 1. And so far, I've liked the 1. It's not been a problem. If anything, and I did decide to take a card out, I would definitely take Dark Ruler out if it came down to it. But so far, I like it at 1. Shaddoll Schism. Really, really like Schism. I do whatever to make sure this card stays on field. It's won me so many duels, especially with the Sin, and a lot of people forget about that. Same attribute, you can send them on. So with that attribute, Schism is a very, very powerful card. Does insane in some matchups. And especially when you get those shaddoll cards in the graveyard, you can just, it's like you keep going. Like you don't have any more in hand to field. Forget it. I can use my grave and keep going, keep going, keep going. Only thing you have to worry about is running out of shadolls and extra deck, which I have done before. I was just like down to a construct because I use Schism so many times. Floodgate Trap Hole. I just, I like it. I don't know what it is about this card. I like it. It's won me a few duels too, so I'm a little biased towards it. Not necessarily won, but it just stopped me from losing, and I was able to come back and win. Floodgate Trap Hole is very good, especially if you're playing against a deck that likes to spew out monsters like a pendulum deck. You know, you're booking everything. Rather than not play like Book of Eclipse or something where they get to draw if you don't destroy the monsters. And sometimes that Floodgate Trap Hole can just be enough to do what you need to do. One punishment that goes with the Dogmatika engine. You don't need any more than one because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be doing that much to where you need to get to a second one. And you don't want to be locked out of your extra deck too many times. And you know the Dogmatika engine does that. So one punishment is good enough for me. And it works good with the El Shaddoll, with the Shaddoll cards like El Shaddoll Fusion and Schism, because when you do get locked out and you can't special summon on your turn, the next go around you can special summon on your opponent's turn because you got cards like El Shaddoll Fusion and Schism. There's a 43 card main deck. Side deck, we have 1 Harpies for back row, 2 Cosmics. All this is for back row hate. Not too much worried about back row with this deck because I have like the Shaddoll cards and other ways to out it. 2 Dark Ruler, just in case I play one of those decks that just make insane board. I could side the other 2 in. I'm already playing one in the main deck. So this is, you know, that's for that case because sometimes it's hard for this deck to break boards on some occasions. 3 Magic Reflector. This works good against like decks like Runic and stuff like that. Or even Cashier. The field, the continuous. Runic gets slaughtered by it because they play so many quick play spell cards. And it even hurts Sky Striker if you match up against Sky Striker. So Magic Reflector is a good tech if you guys want to play it. I like it. Haven't used it too many times, but the times I've used it was just so OP. 3 Judgment in case I go first. Sometimes people draw that Dark Ruler no more to out window, and you just some dudes you just have to protect window to win. That's all you need, window. And I got a combo that I'm gonna show you guys. You'll see in a second. That usually just wins me duels. Those 3 Solemn Judgments used to protect. I love it because it's like I said, this combo right here that I'm about to talk about has won me a lot of matches. 2 Strikes. Definitely taking these strikes out. I don't never play them. I don't even know why they're in here. They could be something much more impactful, and strike is just not in a very impactful card. And with that being said, same thing with Droll. Never side these in. They can go out. I don't know why I have them in there. I definitely way better options than those 4 cards. So yeah, they will be changing very, very soon when I update the list. Now to the extra deck. Play 2 Invoke Mechaba, 1 in Caliuga. So this is the combo I do. Winda and Caliuga is almost an auto win every time I bring it out. Every time I bring it out. So when I get this combo on board, at that point, I know I'm winning almost any matchup. Any matchup. So far, I don't think I've lost when I've got the combo of Winda and Caliuga on board. Because people can only special summon once, and then they can only use 1 effect. I have a hard time outing this, and I love it. 1 Raiden. As you guys know, Raiden is my baby. I love Raiden. That Book of Moon, just some people just don't know how to handle it. They get so stressed out about 1 simple Book of Moon. Invoke Agodius. Again, I play 1 of him. He's so good with Meltdown as far as popping. People can't respond. I use this a lot of times when I get in sticky situations, and he's won me several duels with the attack boost and popping. So you have to have him in there. I don't want to play 2. I just don't. I never really needed 2 of them unless I'm just in a super grindy game, which very, very unlikely that a second one this would come up so often. 2 window. You got to play 2 just in case they out the first one. You can bring back that second one, and you're playing all these shaddoll cards. You would be crazy not to play a second window. 3 is just overdoing it. 2 is fine. I always suggest 2. Don't play 1 or don't play 3. 2 works out just fine. 2 construct, again, another card you have to play 2 of, but you don't want to play 3 of. It comes up. The first one is basically just a gimmick. You just use it as, it's basically trash. You just use it for this effect, and that's it. You don't really care for it. But you guys be surprised. I don't use construct that much. He's not really part of my combo, but he's there because it's shaddoll, and he's like one of the best shadolls. But I don't use shaddoll construct that much, to the point where I took out my link that I was using to link them off because I just don't use them that much. Alkalone and Ash Dragon, you have to play these as far as the Dogmatika Maximus combo. And sometimes I actually fusion into Alkalone. He has a monster negate, so hey. And actually does some negates a card effect, a face-up card effect, which is very powerful. 1 Elder, I play 1 Punishment, so no need to play more. Yes, I do play Servant, but like I said again, no need to play any more than 1. Mudkip Dragon for the Super Poly. Grua is a Super Poly target and also works good with Servant. You want that draw card, gotta love it. And last but not least, Moon Maiden. So that's my Invoke Dogmatika shaddoll deck. Let's do a test hand with it and let's see what we draw. Again, guys, not perfect, but hey, look at this. I mean, you gotta love hands like this. Of course, this hand gets punished by Ash, but it's a very good hand. If I was going second, what would I draw? Yep, El Shaddoll Fusion, bro. Let's do one more hand before I end this video. And this is why I love this deck, guys. Once again, this is my Invoke Dogmatika Shaddoll deck list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section what you think and what would you change about the deck. Peace. Have a good